Well, hello there, friends. Perfectly cooked prime rib. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. The only way to really cook a prime rib. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned. We're going to start right now. Well, hello there, friends. Let me show you how easy it is actually to cook a prime rib. We're going to do it the most simpler way. Everybody can do this, I promise you. We're going to do reverse sear. The technique is very simple. Sounds fancy, but there's nothing fancy about cooking anyway. It means we're going to sear it at the end instead of at the beginning. So then we will have an even medium rare to rare all the way from one end to the next without having that gray sear line that we normally get. And when you do a big piece of meat like that, you need to do it this way. It's really the only way to do it. Very simple. What do? First, salt and pepper. On the outside, everywhere, rub salt and pepper, put it in the fridge for about 24 hours if you have it. If you don't have 24 hours, at least 3-4 hours, please, 3-4 hours, at least minimum. 24 hours, it allows the salt to penetrate, dries out the surface, creates even a better crust. And now, it's salt all the way through. It's like a dry brine. How do you buy a prime rib? Buy one with the most marble you can find, normally prime it is. But prime is very difficult to get these days. Matter of fact, I went to 3 stores trying to get a prime rib. Couldn't get one, so I got a nice choice. Prime will have a lot more marbling than this. Nice, this is beautiful, but prime is better if you can get it. Okay, you want to also get it from the chuck end. From the chuck end, if you notice, this side is a little smaller than this side right there. The chuck end is much more tender, much more flavorful. Okay, so that's all we need to do. Salt and pepper. Put it in the fridge. The next morning, if you have time, what else do we do? Not much. I like to brush a little bit of clarified butter. If you don't have clarified butter, then brush a little bit of avocado oil, just a little bit. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush a little bit of herb de Provence on it. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of herb de Provence, and that'll make the herb de Provence stay nice and not dry out so much. You can't use fresh herb for this. No fresh herb, friends. If you use fresh herb, then they're gonna burn completely. Makes no sense at all. If you want to use a little bit of herbs, you certainly don't have to. Herb de Provence. You see, I have them because remember, I'm from Provence. So they say whenever you do a big roast first, you really, really have to do the reverse sears. There's no other way around to cook a big roast. It doesn't matter if it's a prime rib or not. A roast, you got to do the reverse sear. So then you have an even cook all the way around it. You see? Beautiful right there. Let me dry my hands. And now we're going to do one more thing. This is very simple. I got my oven set at 250 degrees, friends. 250. Yeah. We're going to cook it very slowly. And this is a 7-pound with a bone. I got 3 bones right here. This is 7 pounds. This is going to take 3.5 hours. And the secret is not really the time. I mean, it's important, is the temperature. We want to cook it to 120. Remember, I like my meat rare to medium rare to rare. So if you like it more cooked, you'll cook it longer. But we're going to cook it to 120 degrees. We're going to take it out of the oven when it's 120 degrees. And we're going to let it rest 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to let it rest. When it's resting, the juice will be redistributing. And then we'll put it in the oven a good 10 minutes at 500 degrees to create a beautiful crust, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay? So, believe it or not, folks, we're going to use a thermometer. If you don't have a thermometer, it's time to get one. Okay? This, I love, that's the one I use for the turkey. Remember, for the turkey, we use that? So, I'm going to put it inside, and it's going to warn me when it gets close to 120. I'm going to put my alarm at 116. Okay? We're going to go right in the chuck end, and we're going to go right there, right in the middle of it. And we're going to try to stay in the middle, so I got to be about around here somewhere. So let's look to see. Pick up the same hole. And don't worry about losing the juices. You got a lot of people that said, oh, mamma mia, I'm going to lose the juice. No, you don't. You'll see when I take it out. This hole is going to be dry. No juice is going to come out of there, all right? So we're going to put this in the fridge at 100, and we're going to get to 120. The oven is 250 degrees. Really simple, my friends. Nothing special. Look. Put it in the oven. Get your thermometer wire out of there. This is really a simple technique, my friends. Get the thermometer right there. Plug it in. The alarm is set up It's 250 degrees. The alarm is set up to give it to me, to warn me when it's 117 degrees. So I got a few minutes to set up to make sure I'm comfortable. That's all there is to it, folks. Put it in there. When you see how beautiful it is when we cut it. So I'll be back in about 3.5, 4 hours for you. It'll just be a few seconds. And we're going to cut it. We're going to finish it first before we cut it. All right? So we'll be back as soon as it's cooked. Well, hello there, friends. 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes to be exact. We have 120. Internal temperature, 120. So we're going to unplug it. Check it out. We're going to take our probe out so we know then we have the right temperature. Now, I know 120 is not exactly cooked, and that's okay. That's okay. Some people like it very, very rare. We're going to let this guy rest beautifully like this. We're going to let it rest for about 45 minutes, half hour to 45 minutes. Just cover it up. You know, I hate aluminum foil, but it's not really touching it. It's just keeping it warm a little bit. And the beauty of it now, all of the juices from the outside, inside are going to slightly travel through a little bit of the outside, so we won't have any of overcooked edges at all. It's going to be nice and moist from the inside out. Beautiful. But we're going to let it rest, and when we're ready to eat, that's a beautiful thing. You can finish all your vegetables and everything, and when you're ready to eat, turn the oven up at 500 degrees. I'm going to put some butter in there, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven just to get a beautiful golden brown so we get this beautiful color. That's all we're going to do. So we'll be back in about 45 minutes after we give it time to rest. Because when we cut it, we're not going to lose any juices. All right? So we'll be back in about 45 minutes. Well, hello there, friend. 45 minutes went by. Nice and relaxed. So I'm just going to put a little butter on there. I just saw a little bit of extra fat right there. I'm just going to remove it to make it look pretty. That's all. That's all. There's nothing else I can do with it. We're not going to touch anything. The butcher removed a little too much fat for me, but that's okay. I'm just going to pour a little bit of soft butter in there, friends. And it's still warm, so it's going to be very easy to just apply it everywhere, you see. I got myself a brush in case I needed to, but I don't think I'm going to need it. And now what we're going to do, the oven's going to be at 500, so the butter is just going to get golden brown. And we don't want the butter to be too soft because we want it to stay on long enough to get golden brown, you see. And you certainly don't need to put the butter. Some people add mustard and things. It's up to you, really. I like, you know, I love butter. What can I tell you? I love butter. At this point, you could put a little more herbe de Provence if you want to, but you certainly don't need to. This is good right there. And we're just going to pop it in the oven. The oven, very important, 500, friends. And 500 degrees. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to pour it in here. Even the dish is warm. It's not hot. Going to go right in there and give it to me right there. And we're going to put a timer for 10, 15 minutes. Now, if you like it more cooked than that, don't take it out of 120. Take it out of 125, 130. And then do the same thing. And then it'll cook 135, 140. But that's like getting to the medium well. So be careful how you want to cook. If you want to reheat it, it's going to be very well done. If you don't have a cookie sheet with a rack like I do it on a roasting pan. And in a roasting pan, just put leeks, carrots, celery, and onion. Just put it on there. And then you can use those vegetables to make your au jus. But we made an au jus. We got the video on there. And also the horseradish sauces. If they're not released, they're going to be released in the next couple of days. So you'll have both of them in the sauces. All right? We're going to come back in 10 minutes when it's beautiful golden brown, and we're going to cut it. All right? We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, friends. 10 minutes, 15 at the most. Okay? 10 minutes. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this, friends. I don't know if you can hear, but man, let me tell you. Whoo! Look at beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. It's wonderful. Let me turn this off. Let me turn it off so I don't forget, because I always forget. Now, at this point, the beautiful thing about doing it the way we're doing it, friends, we do not need to let it rest. It already rested. Now, this is just to get it nice and hot. So, let's take it out of there. Let me grab something so I don't have to put my hands on it, because it's quite hot at this point. And right there, my friends, all we're going to do is we're going to take it out. Okay, so here we have it. Now, at this point, you could also get rid of some of that extra fat right there, then which a lot of it is a butter, and deglaze that to put in your au jus if you didn't make the au jus the way I showed you how to make, because I've got a beautiful recipe on that. So now, friends, we're going to take it out. It is very simple. All we got to do now is we got to take the bone out. Because unless you want to give somebody a 2-pound pieces, you want to take the bone out. It's a lot easier. So to take the bone out, my friends, what we're going to do is we're going to take the knife and we're going to rub it against the bone. So we're going to go right there and we're going to cut. The knife is on the bone. All I'm doing, friends, I'm following the bone. Really, really simple. Whoop, we grab it with a towel. Oh, I didn't grab it very good. We grab it with a towel because it's quite hot. And I'm following the bone, friends, and that's all I'm doing. And I got cut right there and right there. There you go. All right, we're following the bone. So now we'll take it out. Now, there's not much meat on the bone, but a lot of people like to chew on the bone, friends. They like to chew on that bone. And so the meat on the bone is quite tender at this point, okay? So we're going to take it out, and now we're going to cut into it. All right, so this is a little rare in the bone, but it always is like that. But, you know, remember, I like it rare, medium rare to rare. So this is how we're going to get it. We're going to go in there right there, and we're going to cut this to show a perfect, beautiful, medium rare all the way through. You see, there's no gray area. There's no gray, it's very hot. There's no gray area overcooked from the sear. This is medium rare to rare from here to here, all the way through. And look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous, my friends. So cut it as big or as little as you want. I like to cut them about 3/4 of an inch thick to an inch thick. Depends how you want it. Depends how you want to cut it. Or 1/2 an inch. Depends how you want to cut it. You know, there's no right or wrong here, my friends. Look at this. Look how gorgeous that is. Look how beautiful that is. You see? This is absolutely gorgeous, friends. This is going to be like butter. Cut it however you want it. But let me tell you, this is like absolutely beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. So we're going to put it on the platter. And we can certainly, I got to test it. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous, my friends. I got to test it. So let me get myself a fork. It's beautiful. It's going to be like so tender. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Look at this. This is my piece right here, friends. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Oh, it's wonderful. So, absolutely wonderful, my friend. So we're serving it with the horseradish sauces and the au jus that I made. And a little bit of au jus right there on top of it. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a beautiful roast beef. Now remember now, you want them all cooked, but you're cooking more. But no matter how I cook it, some people are going to think it's undercooked, some people are going to think it's overcooked. Cook it the way you like it. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. We'll see you soon for another fantastic video. Thanks for watching.